I just feel like doing 2 story times, but let's get into it. I was catfished in 2016, the best year of my life. Let's get it. I was catfished. So I am not gonna lie. I had so many boyfriends. I used to love talking to boys. I would just love talking on the phone. I love texting. I just love being a girl. I just love being me. And I could just get them like that, like that, like that, and still can like that, like that. So basically, Snapchat. Mind you, it was so many people swiping up on my stuff. I used to be so lit, always making Snapchats, always making stories. I had a whole bunch of streaks. So this one boy, you know, these people, these boys that just like always with you every single year, every little post for years. They always swiping up, they always commenting, they always being funny. So one of the boys, you know what? I'm not gonna say his real name, even though I don't talk to him no more. It's embarrassing anyways, because I'm talking about catfish, so I can't say his real name. So, oh my gosh. So I'm gonna say his name was Nick. So Nick would swipe up all the time. We used to talk and stuff, and I'm like, he kind of cool. Like, you know how someone be super cool? Like, he don't even be on that thirsty stuff most of the time. He just be super cool. So I started replying to him, and I'm like, LOL, like, you so cool, you so funny. I didn't say you so cool, but you get the drift. So I just gave him a chance one time. Like, I literally gave him a chance. I was like, okay, you funny. And he like, okay, text me. And I'm like, all right, like, here my number. Even though we can text on Snapchat. I'm like, here my number. Mind you, we've been talking for years. Like, I see Nick all the time for years. He's so cool. He's so funny. It just always laughing together. He was always like a comedian to me. He was always just hilarious to me. And it's just like so funny. So back in the day, with Snapchat, I don't think we had Bitmojis. I don't think we had that type of stuff. Like, I could have sworn we could make our own profile picture. So I don't even remember if he had one. That's the thing. It just said Nick. And I don't know why that didn't register to me. I just feel like personality gets me every time. So we get into the phone, and I'm like, okay, all right, you funny, da-da-da-da-da-da. So we just texting, having casual conversations, and I just feel like, you know what I'm saying, you cool people. Like, that's my problem. I always be thinking you people cool, and then I be trying to give them like, okay, like, let's be friends, but people start calling me boo and baby, and I don't know how to say no, and that's why I got into half my relationships in high school. And I can make another story time about that, because I just was super nice. Like, I got into half of my relationships for being nice. Nobody ever asked me like, oh, can you be my girlfriend? And I said yes or no. People always just start trying to take me on dates, so calling me boo and baby, and start saying you mine. Like, hold on, you didn't even ask me to be your girlfriend. Then I be in a relationship for 10 years, and you know what I'm saying, we not even meant to be. That's literally all of my relationships, half my relationships. But like Nick, he was super cool. Like, talking on the phone, we was texting. Wait, so I had this vision in my head of Nick, like what he looked like. But it's funny because it's Snapchat. He never used to post pictures like that. He just never, and I don't know why I didn't think about this type of stuff. He got me, because it's like, this is Snapchat. He never posted for real. And when he did post, he was post like boy stuff, like gaming stuff, or like he'd post somebody else and stuff, and I used to hear his voice, and he used to be laughing a lot. Like, he's very just goofy. And I'm like, okay, like, I pictured like this goofy boy. Like, I had a whole image of I seen his like body before and stuff. He never took a picture of his face, but I knew he was super chocolate. And I'm just like, okay, like, I don't know. Basically, like, I just feel like his voice, and I know he's chocolate, and I seen like, I don't know if I seen his body, but you know, Snapchat, you could take a picture of like your leg or like this or like that. But it was just like stuff like that. And I painted this picture of him because of his voice, which is so crazy to me. Like, now that I think about it, like, 18-year-old girl, get it together. But I painted this picture, and we talking every day. He's saying good morning, but mind you, he was super nice. He was super nice. We goofy. We talking about everyday things, but he started getting very like toxic. But it was kind of like, I just left a toxic relationship in high school, like since 10th, 11th, 12th grade, a little bit when I graduated. Like, it was so toxic, like domestic violence toxic, and nobody believed me. I would cry in the bathroom every day. I could make a story time about that, but like a goofy, funny, toxic, like I argue little toxic, but I love you toxic. Like, now I would never put my hands on you toxic. It's like, you better answer the phone, girl, type of toxic. And I just was like balling for that. Like, I'm like, okay, like, I like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's that mentality. No, you used to that type of toxic. Now you want some more toxic, and you think this is a good toxic. Ain't no good toxic. Toxic is toxic. So I'm like, okay, whatever, like, boy, shut up. Like, we arguing and stuff, but it's just like, okay, I'm yours, you know what I'm saying? But we never got into the point where it was like calling me baby and you mine and stuff. Can I be your girlfriend? It was just like, you know what I'm saying? We know what it is. We talking, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I see you, like, you mine, come here, you know what I'm saying? But we never made it official. That's what I love. Like, I love when I have, you know what I'm saying, how you have a whole bunch of people. I don't even call them what they is, but it's like you texting a whole bunch of boys and y'all talking and y'all, but it's like never official. But it's like he was one of mine. Like, he was one of my favorite. Like, I just love talking on the phone with him. He was always like, he was a goofy person. Like, we used to be crying, laughing on the phone over just anything. He playing the game, but I'm just caked up. Like, he just like, shy, you better not be doing this. You better answer my phone. Girl, what is you doing? Why are you acting like this? But he had the worst attitude, and I cannot stand that in a man, like, having a worse attitude. Your attitude worse than mine. I don't be having no attitude, but a man's attitude is like super, super like unattractive to me. Like, why do you got that too? So over little stuff, like, why do he would just flip out. Like, when we started getting deep and deep, like months and months and months, getting super close, talking every day, texting every day. We on the phone though. Like, we never FaceTime. We both had iPhones. And I'm like, I don't really like FaceTime because I be like, I need to get cute first. You know what I'm saying? So I never, like, it never slipped my mind, like, this boy ain't never, because you know boys love FaceTime. He never FaceTime me, ever. So his attitude was, so we just getting close. Like, okay, we've been talking for years. You got my real number, and we just getting close. You so comical, whatever you want to call it. I just love talking to him. He a little bit toxic, but that's just like, he's showing his love for me. And you know what I'm saying? I better answer the phone. I better text back. And what am I doing? And why am I acting like that girl? Come on now. So it finally comes to a time where we can meet. We can see each other. We can see each. And I was like, oh my God, like, he was like, y'all was at, I was like, oh my God, yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? We was there. He was like, hey, I'm there all the time. He was like, me and my boys, we all, I can't say the real word he be saying, but we there all the time. And I'm like, what you mean? Where you be at? He's like, we can meet like by that McDonald's right there, just ducked off by air, because the whole was up here. Right across the street, ducked off was McDonald's. You could sit in McDonald's. It was real chill in there. Some people come and get their food, but they would leave right back out. So we could just meet up and go to that McDonald's. So I'm like, oh my God, like, all right, like, I'm just kind of nervous or whatever. So again, we get dialed up. Me and my crew, me and the girls, we get dialed up. We go to, we talking, we meeting, we linking, we seeing boys, whatever. So I'm like, okay, like, let me stop talking to y'all. Like, let me just see what this boy is talking about. Like, I need to see Nick. Like, I miss Nick. Like, Nick, me and we can go somewhere with this. Mind you, in my head, Nick is a super tall, buff, chocolate man with like the trifle look. That's what I called it in 2016. All these boys had the nappy afros, and I called it the trifle look. And I just feel like that's what he looked like, a tall, chocolate buff. Like, the way his voice was, the way he laughed, the way he took control of the situations, had me in line, had me in check. I just knew that's what Nick looked like. So I'm like, where's my man? Like, we need to go see my man. Like, where's Nick? Nick Avocado. Y'all know Nick Avocado? All right, let me chill. But, okay. I'm with my girls. I'm like, we have to go. So they didn't let me go. We didn't get to meet up. I'm like, oh my God, like, this is my opportunity to see this boy, and we couldn't see him. So we texted like, okay, we can meet up at the mall tomorrow. I'm like, all right, I'm down. Mind you, 2016, 2017, I was down, like, with anything. Like, let's go, let's do it tomorrow, today. We out of school, you know what I'm saying? Mind you, I always had money because I always kept a job through school, through college, through whatever. I had money on me, and I was cute. Cause you know, we still had that prom hair. So when this is going around, prom was just over. So we still had our prom hair. Remember, the next day the girls still had their look. People still had their face on, and it was coming off. People still had their eyes done, their lashes on stuff. So I'm like, the next day we can go to the mall, we can meet up. This is gonna be official. We can go to the mall. So I got to ride to the mall, because mind you, at this time, a lot of people didn't have cars, and that was okay. Like, we finding our way around because we don't care. If one person in the group got a car, we all got a car. So I'm like, okay, it's like me and two other girls, and we like, now that I think about it, it's so embarrassing because they seen me get catfish and they didn't say nothing. They didn't say like, girl, you ugly. They didn't say nothing to me. So they fake for that. Like, period. Like, I'm glad the group broke up. But okay, I talked about how the group broke up in the last video, and it was being toxic. Okay. But he like, we can go to the mall. This is like a perfect opportunity. I'm like, okay. So one of the girls, the girl from the last video, I don't know if y'all keep up with my videos, but one of the girls, she always took her mama car everywhere. Like, mind you, she took her mama car every single day, and she was down to drive anywhere. So I'm like, please, let's go to the mall, because I'm trying to meet this boy that I be talking to. And I didn't get to meet him because y'all was trying to meet everybody's face. It was fun, but like, dang, like, can I get my sneaky link? Can I meet up with him? So remember I told you, tall, chocolate, buff, raspy voice. He was just always taking control. I was just like, yes. So this is so crazy. Because now I'm thinking about it, this is so embarrassing. Mind you, he coming down. So we in the mall, right? We in the mall. It was 3 of us. So we walk in. I'm like, hello, where you at? Where you at? They all like, huh, girl, they following me. And I'm just like, okay, I'm trying to find him. So shut up. Like, where am I in? So I'm like, Nick, where's you at? Like, what escalator? He's talking about, I'm coming on the escalator. I turn my head. Lord forgive me, Lord forgive me, Lord forgive me. He was not attractive. He was not cute. He was chocolate. That was about the only thing. He was extremely short. He was nothing like what I thought. His clothes was little boy clothes, like dusty little boy clothes. That was kind of like fitted, like loosen your clothes, wear a different size, loosen your clothes up. You know what I'm saying? Like, have some swag to you. He didn't have none of that. So he was only chocolate. Like, he was super short. His face was like he had a huge, I don't even want to get into that because I don't want y'all to be like, okay, those Afrocentric features, like, no, he was nothing that I ever imagined him to be. And I still didn't dawn on me, like, you never see him. He never FaceTime you before, girl. Y'all always on Snapchat and you never see no profile picture. He never posts pictures. It's like everything was rolling through my head. The girls that was with me, I don't remember what they said, but I just remember me meeting up with him and we just walking. And it was such a blur. I don't remember what he was saying to me. I gave him a little side hug. It was like, boy, get off of me. Like, you too short. Like, you too little. Like, you know, I'm beat from prom. Like, and then it's like everything was just coming through my head. Like, he never even told you how old he was. He never this. He never that. So he was like, I think 1 or 2 years younger than me. And I was just so disgusted. Like, I just was like so disgusted. Like, how could you do this to me? But it's like, it didn't dawn on me. Like, I'm just texting you on Snapchat. We texting on the real phone. We own the phone. I literally painted a whole picture of this man in my head, and it was nothing. So the girls didn't say nothing to me when we left the mall. It was just real quick. I'm like, okay, like, I gotta go. He came by himself. He didn't even have he just had on like a shirt and jeans. He like a little boy. Like, boy, I ain't big. Like, my hair was real cute, curl black, long. I have 18 inches. You know what I'm saying? I'm real cute. My nails are prom done. Like, my outfit, I had my crop top on, my shorts. I was looking so tea. Like, I was so cute. I'm looking at the escalator. My heart dropped to my booty. Like, I did not like that. Like, it was so embarrassing. And it was so embarrassing. Like, I didn't even have much to say to him. Like, I gave him a side hug and I'm just like, okay, what you doing? What you doing today? Like, and he was talking like regular, like on the phone, but it was just so different. I could not get past his looks. And he never said how he looked. He never FaceTimed me. He never posted any pictures. So it's like, how could I let that? I don't know what it was. And I can't even say he got me because it's not like he posted somebody else's pictures and I was looking at somebody else's stuff. But it's like, I don't like that. Like, show me what you look like now. I need to see, because no, he was looking like a little boy. He looked like a little boy. His clothes fit tight. Like, he had skinny jeans on with some Jordans or whatever, but they was like, yo, he was so little that it looked like little boy clothes. And he didn't have no type of swag to him. He looked kind of dusty. He didn't have no jacket on or nothing. He was just free balling. Like, he was just in the mall walking around with his phone in his hand with his shoe. He looked like a little boy. Like, you know how a girl have her purse and her jacket on, he was just like, I got my shirt and my pants on and my shoes and my phone in my hand. He's super little, he's super short, his clothes fit tight. He didn't have no swagger to him. He didn't have nothing going on. It was the most embarrassing thing I've ever experienced in my life. And I was young. I was 18, 19. So I didn't say nothing. I didn't know how to react to situations like this. I was not a mean person, and I just didn't know what to say. So I was just like talking to him a little bit, and then when we left the mall, my friends didn't say nothing in the car. I don't even remember if I told them like he looked different, but I didn't say nothing. So ever since then, we was talking more on the phone. But I started getting aggressive when remember I told y'all he was toxic. I started getting toxic back. I'm like, boy, shut up talking to me. Be quiet talking to me, because it's like, I'm serious now. Like, you're not taking control now. You can shut that attitude. That attitude ain't cute no more. I'm talking back now. Keep spitting, but I'm talking back now. The attitude ain't cute now. I'm shutting you up. You think you shutting me up? No, I'm shutting you up, because no, don't talk to me like that and your clothes looking like that. Don't talk to me like that and you that short. I'm taller than you. I can smack you in the back of your head. You know what I'm saying? What you gonna do? It's just like, so we started, every time he would argue, I would argue back. Every time he tried to take control, boy, who's you talking to? Who's you talking to? Because you ain't talking to me. And ever since then, he started like being weird, like unattractive to me. Like, I started like not liking him. And the more he would like be himself, how he always been, I started getting serious. And I'm like, don't talk to me like that. Like, I started getting for real. Like, all right, like, no, like, why you always got an attitude? And I started being so mean to him. And I just, now that I'm thinking about it, like, that's so bold. Because back then, I'm like, okay, you kind of like, all right, take control. Like, oh my God, like, he's real tall, big, and his voice was raspy. It was just so funny. Like, he could be my best friend. And we called each other best friends, but it's like I could almost come over your house. Like, I just love your personality. I love your background, your friend. I didn't really want to go into detail about his face, but his skin color, he was just like so ashy. Like, his clothes was dingy. You know, like he had all black on, but his black was dingy. It was just like so a turn off for me. And I'm like, boy, I know. After what I seen it, like, I got my man. Remember that boy I told y'all in the last video that he hopped in the car and I was like, get out, boy. And we started linking up every day and stuff. I was like single, so after I left that toxic relationship, I was single, so I was meeting up with him and talking to Nick. So I was talking to a whole bunch of people at the time. So I'm like, Nick, I don't need you no more. I got my mans. So I just started being real mean to Nick, and I just started being real mean to him. I don't know, and I just like started changing his name in my phone, like do not answer, and he just had an attitude problem, and I just took it for an attitude problem. I didn't take it as in like, okay, you trying to be cute and controlling, like be like a cute controlling, not like a okay, you know what I'm saying? But it was crazy. Like, I don't even know, because he didn't use anybody else's pictures. He didn't never FaceTime me. But after I see him in person, that's when he started FaceTiming me, which is weird. And I just like stopped answering. And he used to have the phone to the ceiling. Y'all, he used to have the phone to the ceiling every time we FaceTime before I see him in person. And I'm not the type to be like, put your face in the camera. Because like days I'm cute, I'm gonna be in the camera. So I never really put that on everybody else, because I don't want nobody doing that to me, because I used to hate FaceTime. Like, I'm not ready right now. I got my bonnet on, so don't do that. But yeah, he basically like, he wasn't it. He wasn't for me. He wasn't it. He had an attitude problem, and I know I could probably hit him up to this day and they answer. You know them boys that just don't stop, and just any day you can get him back. I'm not talking to him. I could tell that he got his money up and his clothes up, but I'm whatever. He's not my type. He's like, we had so much good memories and bond. Our bond was tight. Like, he was hilarious. Like, he used to have me crying laughing all day every day, and I just feel like he was a good friend. But as far as relationship wise and that relationship, when I see him in person, everything was a turn off. Like, and I just ask God for forgiveness for that, because that's mean. But I see that boy in person, everything was a turn off. So I started talking to my 30 other boys and started cutting up on him. Like, little boy, who's you talking to? Calling him little boy and all that. Like, period. Like, show me a picture first. Now it's like, no, I'm basically, who knows, about to get married next month, or, you know what I'm saying? I'm 25 next month. So, but yeah, I gotta tell y'all about my relationship and stuff, because life changed real fast for me. But yeah, that catfish junk ain't no joke. Like, I don't know why I didn't put two and two together. I keep spitting. I didn't put two and two together. Like, he didn't show, you know what I'm saying? Like I just said. But that was a crazy experience. Now that I'm looking back on it, I'm very embarrassed, because the girls ain't say nothing. Like, I don't even remember if they even said nothing. I just feel like they was secretly laughing at me, talking about me behind my back. But yeah, that was my experience being like getting catfished. So ugh. And then it's like he be on my Snapchat nowadays, and oh my god, and he had my post notifications on his phone. Like, he was calling me every other day. It was just so crazy. Like, his attitude was getting the best of him. He used to send me books, you this and you that, da 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 da, over little stuff, and I just be laughing at him like, boy, calm down. Like, I'm trying to live my best life. I'm trying to be my 304 life. Like, I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying? Like, so that was it. That was really it. Like, I'm so embarrassed about that. And it's like that, people can control how they look. People can control how they come out the womb, but I don't know. That wasn't for me. That baby wasn't for me. That little boy, uh-uh. But that was crazy because I used to talk to so many people. I used to love talking to them. I used to love boys. I'm just boy crazy. Eat them up. I used to love boys. I still do. I just love boys. I love being a girl. I love caking. I love talking on the phone. I love doing my hair. I love looking cute. I'm like, boy, bye. Like, and that's what I get. I got myself in a catfish situation, but ever since then, I never linked up with him ever again. I didn't want to be seen with him in public. That was just the end of that. Like, that was just so crazy. I don't even ever want to do that again. I'm glad I got my man. I'm glad I got my man. I'm glad but all right, see y'all. Love y'all. Thank y'all for listening to my story, and hopefully next time I can get more into detail on my stories. Like, because I feel like I be missing a whole bunch of y'all. Want to get into detail, how they look, how I was walking, how I was talking, how we was doing, you know what I'm saying? So hopefully I can like learn how to like start really getting into depth and like start doing more details, and you know what I'm saying? So yeah. But them stories was 2016. It's 2022 now. So that's why I can't get into detail about them stories. But it's gonna get better because I'm starting to get comfortable with my story times and just like being open about my life and stuff like that, because I really want to make videos and stuff in the future about for my kid, and so they can look back at their mommy and stuff like that. So or story times, and I just look how far I've grown and look how, you know, my life has changed. So I don't really care. I'm making videos about anything. I might need my nails done, get my nails done next week. That ain't got nothing to do with this video. So thank y'all for listening. Make sure you hit that bell, ring that bell, and hit that whatever y'all want to do. Do whatever y'all need to do. Y'all know this is a YouTube video. If y'all like it, y'all like it. If y'all don't, y'all don't. I'm going to keep being me and keep posting. I'm out.